The month of August is ending with some dangerous weather.
Right now, parts of the East Coast are already feeling the impacts from two powerful tropical weather systems, and we could be feeling the effects this weekend.
Meteorologist Pete Mangione has more on what we could be seeing, new at 5:30.
Gaston has been responsible for some of the big waves over the past couple days, but there is another storm that could bring more of the same and potentially even bigger impacts. Hermine certainly has a lot of unknowns. Where will it end up going? How strong will it end up becoming? But there are some things that we do know. Hermine poses a major threat to the northwestern coast of Florida, where it will likely make a landfall Thursday. Tropical storm force winds, heavy rain, and storm surge are all hazards that residents in this area are preparing for. It's after this first landfall where things get murky for Hermine. There is a good chance that the storm will go back out to sea after this first landfall, but then it might make a second landfall. Southern New England could potentially be part of the second landfall. In fact, the afternoon forecast track from the National Hurricane Center had us in the cone of uncertainty by Monday. This cone can be a tricky thing to understand. It basically shows all of the potential paths of the storm's center. So just because we are in part of the cone does not mean we are getting hit with a tropical storm or a hurricane. But it's also important to remember that the center of the storm can miss us, but we can still be affected because tropical systems can cover hundreds of miles. They don't just impact one point. And finally, even if the entire storm misses us offshore, it can still stir up trouble on the water, including big waves and dangerous rip currents. Not only is there a lot of uncertainty within the forecast cone, but the cone can change position itself. If you remember last year, we were actually in the center of the cone during the approach of Hurricane Joaquin. Now, eventually, later forecasts correctly pushed that hurricane out to sea. I'm meteorologist Pete Mangione, Eyewitness News.